Hello. Hey, I'm okay. How are you doing? I hope you're okay. Okay, that was a real bad joke. But yeah, I hope you're doing well. Yeah, so just give me a sec. I wanna get everything ready. So yeah, I'll try to stream for a little bit more, but yeah, we'll see how it works out, right? Sorry, I wasn't on yesterday's stream. Your Wi-Fi was our Wi-Fi was down. Oh, okay, it's no problem, no problem, no problem. I was still having some issues yesterday. This was not the main starting stream soon, which I made. This is like what I made now. Yesterday was like literally bad. So yeah, right. Let's go. Give me a sec. I'm setting up a little bit more. I hope you don't mind. Give me a sec. Close up. More brightness. Okay, there you go. And are you kidding me? Oh god. OBS, are you messing with me now? Okay, now it's coming. I was like, what? What's going on? There you go. Right, let's do this. I hope, yeah. Hey, there you go. Da-da-da-da. Hello, hello. Let's go. So this is what I'm trying to look, but I don't right. So I don't think this is gonna be that good of a thing for me. I might just remove the background and stuff for now. But yeah, let's go. Yeah, resin's kind of capped. So give me a sec if you don't mind. I was still trying to add like Streamlabs and stuff, but I was trying to add Streamlabs and stuff, right? And I was having a lot of issues. So yeah, we'll see how it works out. It looks awesome. Yeah, thank you. Thank you. Right, so we have one more day till Xiao goes away and we get Shiori. I don't think I'm gonna pull for Shiori. Our Lucino is 100%, that's for sure. I love your character. Oh, right, thank you. Um, yeah, it's like my OG character for now. For now, so it might change. We'll see how it works out, right? Let's go. Right, so we need to make. So that's made. Right, I need to. Okay, so we're not supposed to do anything today because, okay. I am only supposed to spend resin and maybe those. Okay. Just make condense for that. And let's see. Anything is missing? Okay, those are done. Actually, let's do this and get the level of materials, right? Okay, there you go.
Stay put! Time to act. Body and no, my sword! Stand with me! By royal decree! Midnight Phantasmagoria! I'll settle this! Witness the power of Guwa! You, Blade! You're up! Ready, go! Dissipate! Out of my way!
Midnight Phantasmagoria.
Not good.
I hope this was
Rain
not a
Rain
disappointment,
outlines your fate.
cause I hope this is not a disappointment. I mean, it took me like a day to make, so actually it took like I think it took like half a day to set everything up like this, so it looks good. I hope this was not a disappointment. Alright. What are you talking to? YouTube. What are you talking about? I'm on YouTube. Your Wi-Fi might like to go. Our Wi-Fi might like to go again. I think at 10. Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, Bliss. I'm talking to people on YouTube, so there's a person on YouTube. I think I told you that I stream on YouTube and Twitch at the same time.
What you got?
Odds revealed by. Come on. My guiding stars.
We'll talk.
Don't be scared. I summon thee. Punishment. Try till I'm dead. Midnight Phantasmagoria. Cold. Mine to command. The night is cold.
No rest for the wicked. You're open.
Shiver.
You're open.
Time to run. Shadow Raven, let night fall. Judgment. Don't be scared. My guiding stars. Punishment. Flags up. I must leave no stone unturned. And leap. It's nothing. Someone needs assistance. Let's light it up. I'm going in. Break a leg. Leave it all to me, as a good knight should. Don't waste my time. Observe! Everybody stand back! Your grand finale! It's nothing. Your life is mine. I must leave no stone unturned. Time to clean up. Teamwork is dreamwork. Strike is one. And leap. Don't waste my time. Submit.
Hopefully official is a new Let's banner. I really want her. Actually, she's really good, so yeah. We'll see how it works out. It's based on MiHoYo people. Hopefully. At least we know Arlecchino's coming next patch, so after Shiori, Arlecchino's coming up, so I don't really. So we gotta have to wait one more patch, basically. So how many days, I think? Yeah, basically it's 1 to 2 hours. I did one and the other one was 47, I think, so didn't actually miss much. Yeah, official is yeah, official's really good. Wait, you joined in the recents, right? So wait, let me see. Where's my official? You should have been there for the Narctua quest. Most of the people missed it. I know that because give me a sec. Where's my official? Official fish, 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 fish. Where's my official? Wait a minute. Where's my official? Okay, give me a sec. Where's my official? What the hell? No, it's Kaya. Where's my fish, fish? Yeah, there you go. Since people missed her main like Narctua quest, they missed this skin. Like this is her like secondary avatar skin or something like that. So yeah, this is really good for her. This is a princess outfit basically, which she thinks. Yeah. Okay, I'm supposed to do only. Okay, that's 2. That's 1, 3, 4. What else? Guide. All right, let's do. I'm gonna do a quest run if you don't mind. I wanna. Beginning of this. Yeah, you don't have that. That was like I think a year ago. Okay, if you don't mind, I want to do this quest a little bit. So yeah.
Take it easy.
Where did I leave this again? Alright, we were defending Lenny in this account. Give me a second. I'll just do this for now, if you don't mind. It's not like I have any gameplay left to do, right? It's not like I have any gameplay. Wait, do I have to do the quest again, or okay? Let's see how it works out.
What do we do? The whole situation is so confusing. Good plan. Impossible things don't just happen. We'll get to the truth one way or another.
Just relax. Even if everyone else suspects Lenny and Lynette, at least we will be supporting them from the stands. Besides, I doubt Farina understands any more about what happened than we do.
Thanks, Navia. Well, we'll be going then.
Best of luck to you.
Yep, there you go.
Ah, finally, you're back. Well, how did your investigation go?
You're both
To
guilty.
be honest, you might be disappointed.
Yeah, you're both guilty, and I hate that Paimon wears that stuff.
We're already very grateful that you were willing to help.
Yes, of course you did. You did betray our trust in a way, so I'm a pretty helpful guy. Oh wow, okay, that was. Okay, we got everything. Just one is missing apparently. Okay, now that's. This holds water, rope, dictionary. Okay.
Well now, don't you all look disappointed? Don't tell me that your investigation came up empty-handed.
Oh please.
That was to be expected, of course. The guilty can never produce proof of their innocence. But don't let that stop you. I shall be terribly disappointed should you, my most anticipated foe, concede so easily.
Okay, this is different for me. I'll say this. This is different. Before, I didn't know that Farina had the whole story quest thing going on. Now I know what she's been through. Now I'm like, yeah, you can act more arrogantly. I'm fine with it. So It's just perspective and how it changes on what you look.
Since both parties are present, I declare that the trial regarding the magic show incident is now in session. Firstly, in order for the audience to understand the causes and results of the incident, could we please have Mr. Linney explain the trick?
Yes, explain.
Yes, of course. I will explain while Lynette demonstrates on stage. All the necessary items have been prepared.
Who let them prepare the
Thank you,
items
Mr.
again? Oh
In
god,
that case,
okay.
I take your statement to be that you ran to and remained hidden within the magic box in the audience stands once the trick began, and thus could not have committed the crime. Is this correct?
Yes, that's correct, Your Honor.
In that case, I call upon the prosecution. Lady Farina, do you wish to refute his statement in any way?
Why, of course I do. Allow me to take the first shot and break this case wide open. Mr. Linney is clearly lying. There is no way you could have been in the box the whole time if you were to abduct Halsey and murder Cowell. In fact, I'd say you were hardly in that tunnel at all.
That is simply your hypothesis based on the presumption that I'm guilty.
Oh, is that so? And if I may ask, what did you hear while you were inside your box?
The roaring countdown of the crowd, of course. That's how I kept track of the time and built anticipation for the finale.
And you didn't hear anything else at all? Nothing that might leave an impression of any kind?
No, nothing.
I see. But when the count reached 30 seconds or so, there was a thud. One so loud that I believe practically everyone heard it.
Huh?
Hey, hang on. Something's not right here.
Yeah, I'm sure he could have heard a noise that loud from inside the box.
I was right by the box and I definitely heard the thud.
Look at those scales. Could those mean...
Well then, ladies and gentlemen, allow me to use the words of the magician himself. You never know what can happen in the blink of an eye. Indeed, it seems his alibi can also collapse in the blink of an eye. Of course, I have armed myself to do far more than smash your alibi. Confidence cannot go unfounded, and my foundations are rock solid. Tell me, aren't you and Lynette actually from the House of the Hearth?
The House of the Hearth?
No wonder they did something like this.
So the serial disappearances were the Fatsui's doing. Now it all makes sense.
I've got a feeling that what happened on stage probably wasn't just an accident.
That's irrelevant. Our identities have nothing to do with what happened.
Indeed. Then perhaps you could tell us everything that happened during that 1 minute. Your first priority is to prove yourself innocent after all. I'm sure there is little that needs to be kept secret now. Unless your script already has holes in it. The Outlander is speechless. My, oh my, don't they look flabbergasted? Now comes the infighting and discord, I suppose. This was almost too easy. Good thing I made all those preparations. Seems the all-nighter I pulled last night is really paying off.
Hey, Linny, why didn't you...
Order! Order! Mr. Linney, allow me to re-establish the facts. Lady Farina has raised 2 points. First, when the thud was heard in the Opera House, you were neither in the box nor the tunnel. Second, you and Ms. Lynette are both members of the House of the Hearth. Are these claims true? Please answer my question, Mr. Linney.
I'm sorry. Yes, they're true, Your Honor.
I knew it!
Well, that's it. We might as well move on to the sentencing already.
What should we do now?
Granted. In that case, what is your request?
Is that really necessary? They're already as good as guilty.
The defendant deceived their own attorneys. What is there left to discuss?
Order! Order, I say! Your request is reasonable, and we shall adjourn. This trial will reconvene in 1 hour.
So you would stick to Mr. Linney's defense even after knowing what you do now? You certainly have more professionalism than I thought. In that case, my dear audience,
Well, this is awkward. I didn't think the Hydro Archon would dig all that up. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Paimon doesn't know where to start. We trusted you two. We based our entire reasoning on the assumption that you weren't bad guys. Not to set the wrong tone or anything, but Paimon's really mad.
I'm very sorry. I know you're angry, and reasonably so, but please, let me explain. I know you've clashed with the Vitui several times before. I wouldn't be surprised if just hearing the word is enough to make you upset. But our organization is very, very large, and the Harbingers have very different personalities and goals.
Right now, we want to save people. As many as we can.
That's right. I'm sure we're on the same page when it comes to this nation and the disaster that its people might face. I knew if it weren't for our respective identities, we could become good friends. That's why I didn't wish to flat out lie to you, but chose to hide some details instead. The truth is very important, but being completely transparent about everything would see us spending more effort than we need to. Right. So, you be the judge. Heck, if I were you, I fear that I'd even struggle to trust me at this point. You met a Fatus who works as a magician, a trickster by trade. All by coincidence, too. But still, I'm asking you to trust me. I am no criminal. At least, not in this case.
Sorry. Please forgive us.
Well, you both say that, but... Right. Let's hear your answer first, and no lies now!
Of course. I'll answer any question you ask. We've been trying to find out how the Oratrice operates. We want to know why it has a consciousness. Why can it deliver sentences accurately? During our investigations, we learned that the machine's core is beneath it. From that moment on, Lynette and I have been designing this box swap trick, with the objective of getting close to the core.
Is that why you needed a whole minute?
That's right. In truth, the audience would take about 75 seconds to count down from 60, while I would only need 15 to get to the opposite box. So, after jumping into the tunnel, I accessed the Opera House basement via the vent, and went to investigate the room in which the core is stored.
That air vent was created during the construction of the tunnel specifically to execute this step.
Well, nothing. As soon as I reached that room and was about to investigate, I heard someone's voice. Which should have been impossible, of course. I was quite certain that I was the only one in the room. That voice seemed to recognize me and tried to speak to me. I chose to err on the side of caution and retreated the way I came. On the way back, I saw the broken vase and the clothes on the ground, but the countdown was almost finished, so there wasn't time to give it any thought. After that, the homicide occurred just as you saw.
Well, that explains why you didn't hear the thud.
Because of that prophecy I told you about, of course. We must know all we can about this nation's secrets in order to deal with that prophesized crisis.
That's the only way we can save everyone.
So, there you have it. The whole truth. I swear, I didn't hide anything from you this time. It was never my wish to proceed under this cloud of mistrust either. But like I said earlier, you can be the judge. If you want to leave because you don't trust the Fatui, there's nothing I can do to
Well, Traveler, you decide. Paimon will follow your lead however you choose.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks for giving us a chance.
The current problem is that the scales are tipped pretty badly against you two. If we want to refute the Hydro Archon's accusations, we're gonna need a seriously watertight defense. Huh? Oh, Paimon thinks she gets what you mean.
Both parties have returned to their positions. Let us continue the trial. When last we left off, Mr. Linney acknowledged the new evidence presented by Lady Farina as fact. Therefore, Lady Farina may continue stating her reconstruction of the events.
That took long enough. Now then, if everyone would lend me their attention. At this stage, let's revisit that scene from Linney's perspective. As the countdown began, he entered the tunnel. When the flatbed trolley passed, he opened the box and got into an altercation with Halsey, which caused the loud thud. He did not realize that this sound could be heard by everyone in the opera house, which is why he claimed earlier that he could not hear the sound. Finally, he used the vase to knock her out, before making her change clothes to prevent others from recognizing her. At this time, Cowell arrived in the tunnel, having heard that strange noise, and caught Linney. So Linney proceeded to knock him out too before stuffing him into that box. Afterward, Linney passed the unconscious Halsey to his accomplice through the magic box in the And there you have it. That's the truth behind what happened.
Does the defendant's side have any objections to Lady Farina's description of the...
The key to refuting Lady Farina is the order of events. According to Linney, he left via the vent. Linney went to the room that... Lenny did not take part in the underground altercation.
Attention! Ace Detective Paimon has something to say! When the countdown started, Lenny did indeed go into the tunnel. But he immediately used a vent to access the Opera House basement, which is where the underground core of the Oratrice is stored. Once he reached that area, he heard a voice in what should have been an empty room. Since he felt something was amiss, he returned immediately. The crime scene had already developed by the time he reached the tunnel again, and in order to complete the magic trick, he did not remain there for any length of time. Finally, he reached the surface, and that was when the accident happened from his point of view. Therefore, he's innocent! Paimon did it!
In other words, you believe that he knew.
That's right!
My reasoning?
If that's the case, then if Cowell hadn't entered the tunnel, who was the entire setup meant to kill? Assuming that what you say is true, Lenny only needed to kidnap the young girl to cause a new disappearance case. What would the point of killing someone on stage be?
Oh, they have a point.
That's right, you tell him! And that's why they're partners of mine. They've managed to turn things around. Oh, well, your denial is very strident, I'll give you that. But what proof do you have to back... Of course I do. If he had been in the magic box the whole time, how could he have not heard that sound? Why do you ask? You're saying that he wasn't?
Are you sure we don't need to give this more thought? Paimon thinks there's something off here. That's right! Lenny wasn't in the box or in the tunnel. That's why he didn't hear anything strange during the performance. This means that when the crime happened, Lenny had already entered the basement via the vent. The same clue you used to disprove his alibi has now become the best proof! How do you like that?
Well played. To think you'd use such logic. Well then, if it wasn't Lenny who committed the crimes, then who was it?
The deceased's name is Cowell. What I must do next is recreate the truth. What Cowell did, and how he went from would-be No one entered or left. The deceased's name is Cowell. Linny was not in the tunnel at... No one entered or left. The sound we heard may have come from a clash between... It would have been tough for both people. The sound we heard may have come from... The deceased's name is Cowell. It would have been tough for both people to fit into that vent. They would likely have bumped into Linny as well. No one entered or left the Opera House through its entrances. So where would the criminal have wanted to take Halsey? Halsey's clothing was in the tunnel, so it would have been tough for both people to fit. No one entered or left the Opera House through its entrances. So where would the criminal have wanted to take Halsey? It would have been tough for both. Halsey's clothing was in the...
What's wrong, Traveler? Are you still having trouble figuring things out?
I see how it is. So this was all just a bluff. And here...
Look, since we're at a dead end, just like the trick as it transpired, the end result must have been utterly different from the magician's initial design.
If only we knew how Halsey disappeared.
Well, that would be nice, but the tunnel only has 3 exits. And it's not like this is a magic trick where you can just make a real live person disappear.
Excuse my interruption, dear opponents, but do you not see that the crowd is growing impatient? There is no greater sin in this opera house
Welcome
than an
back, I'm
awkward
okay.
delay
Welcome
in the
back.
performance.
If the defense is unable to make further effective arguments, we will move on to the next stage of the trial.
Linny was not in the tunnel at that moment. The sound we heard may have come... The deceased's name is Cowell. Linny... The vase was not broken.
Oh, Paimon gets it! Lynette escaped from... If there's a similar method where a person could be transformed into water...
Just a moment, please. I do hope you know how preposterous you sound at the moment. How could a person ever be transformed into water? This is reality we're talking about here, not some magic trick. Must we really? I should think that of anyone. Your friend Linny already knows this truth very well. Magic tricks are ultimately just illusions and misdirection. But Halsey's disappearance is very real. We're talking about 2 completely different things.
Even so, the truth must be out there somewhere. Perhaps some new line of... Since Cal was the deceased, we have... But given that we aren't making much progress with the case, it wouldn't hurt to have a look at his belongings, would it?
People really do come up with all sorts of harebrained schemes when at the end of their rope. The way I see it, your suggestion that we broaden the scope of our investigation is nothing but a tactic for stalling the trial.
Nevertheless, I believe that this is a reasonable request on the part of an attorney. Since the trial does indeed appear to be at an impasse, I believe that additional evidence may help us make more progress. Guards, please step into the lounge and examine the personal effects of the deceased Cowell.
We are still examining the items, but we have already made critical progress that we feel must be shared with everyone post-haste. We discovered several test tubes of fluid within Cowell's baggage, each labeled separately. The notebook in his backpack claims that these fluids are water from the primordial sea.
The primordial?
The note's contents also indicate that Cowell belonged to an organization that sells illegal drugs and that he had an accomplice. The notebook has many entries concerning safe usage of these fluids. One of these tubes was labeled Opera Epiclese, along with yesterday's date. It is empty. The notes also state that these dissolution properties work exclusively on people from Fontaine. It's likely that as such, we believe that the defense's hypothesis is, in fact, supported by sufficient evidence.
You've got to be kidding! People dissolving into water?
Could something so ridiculous actually be true?
Wait a moment. This reminds me of a certain prophecy, but...
Huh. If people can become water, does that mean that the water tank's real use was as a means to hide water stains? And if Cowell was targeting that girl... Wait just a minute. Could that mean... You two, with me, quick!
Demoiselle, wait! What about your partners?
Let's go. Just trust me.
Order! Order! It is undeniable that further examination of the deceased's personal effects has yielded some surprising results, but we cannot yet verify the veracity of these clues. Still, let us assume that these clues are indeed authentic, albeit with the understanding that Ms. Halsey has yet to be found. Guards, please continue examining the items along these lines. Mr. Linney, it appears your hypothesis is supported by the evidence, so please continue speaking.
Of course. Thank you, Your Honor. If we uphold this hypothesis, I believe that many of this case's seemingly unrelated clues can be connected together.
Right! Like the metal hook! That one didn't make sense at all. Let's think about this. Cowell's methods must have something to do with that water from the primordial sea.
The deceased's name is Cowell. Now it seems like the hook... The water from the primordial... Lynette was in the magic box. I remember there was something...
It's Ace Detective Paimon's time to shine again! In the original plan, Cowell would tamper with the water tank rope and the number selector securing his target. When the magic box containing Halsey was lowered, the metal hook would retract gradually and pierce the balloon at the top of the box. When the balloon attached to the box popped, the water from the primordial seed inside it would pour down and dissolve Halsey. Afterward, Cowell would enter the tunnel and break the flower vase to conceal the water inside the tunnel, with the remaining evidence being covered up by the water tank on stage. But he encountered something unexpected in the tunnel and wound up being fatally hit by the same water tank he meant to use to cover his tracks.
Huh. That does make sense.
That actually links together a lot of the more confusing pieces of evidence.
Oh dear, what do I do? Even I think they sound convincing now. I falsely accused an innocent person? What a humiliation.
Now, it seems like the only point of contention remaining is the exact circumstances that led to Cal's death. His notes mentioned he had an accomplice who could be related to the situation.
On that note, the guards have just contacted me indicating that they uncovered new evidence. I shall now invite him on stage to share it with us.
Thank you, Your Honor. We were just inspecting the luggage of the other people involved in this case. And we found an identical sample of the water from the primordial sea among Linny's personal effects.
What?
That can't be.
Oh, I see. Well, how wonderfully comedic to have your own counterattack only to come back and wound you. Does this not clear all doubt? My dear citizens, my loyal audience, allow me to present my reasoning and bring this performance to a... Linny did not need to take part in the dissolution of the young woman at all. Indeed, he did leave the scene via the vent. Having made modifications to the props beforehand, his accomplice Cowl then caused Halsey to vanish using the water from the primordial sea. But upon his return, in cruel avarice, Linny desired sole credit and prepared to do away with his partner in crime. Ultimately, he knocked Cowl out, and the tool meant to cover the crime up also became a murder weapon. Now, as much as I regret having come to such a viciously straightforward conclusion, it does seem that the famed Fatui is quite the cold-blooded and ruthless organization. Am I right, Mr. Linny?
We've used up all the evidence we collected. There's no way for us to make a rebuttal here. Is this the end of the road?
Oh no! Seems using the water as new evidence was too good a move. Why did this have to happen now?
I think we've all seen enough. I believe this is indeed... Now then, my good, noble...
Excuse me, everyone!
Miss, I must ask you not to shout, and to respect the ongoing legal proceedings.
Oh, come on! Don't be hasty! I'll show you an amazing trick!
But what in the world is she saying?
No offense, miss, but miracles like that are beyond my scope as a magician.
Come on now, don't be silly! Magic is all about misdirection, isn't it? It often conceals the truth while presenting a fascinating illusion. But once everyone believes the illusion, can't magic reveal the truth to them once again? And wouldn't such a trick be the most marvelous finale to today's performance? Come on, Linny and Lynette, give it another go! Don't worry, Spina di Rasula has made the necessary arrangements on your behalf. But, as the magic makers and stars of the show, I think I should leave the final performance to you.
I understand.
And voila!
Sorry for the interruption.
Wait, isn't that Halsey? So the whole thing about people dissolving wasn't
To be clear, I'm only here because this person told me that if I testified, the merit of doing so would lessen my sentence. I was hiding outside this room listening to the proceedings because I was afraid that I would be the one put on trial. I was just feeling happy that no one had noticed me, and then before I knew it, she caught me.
That'll teach you to underestimate us three.
Where should I begin? I'm sorry. I'm the one who killed Cowl. I admit it.
What? Why?
Firstly, my name isn't Halsey. It's Lillian, and I'm originally from Mondstadt. I heard that Linny's show was gonna be a real thriller, but I missed the chance to buy a ticket, so I stole one. That's how I make a living. I steal stuff here and there. And I'd never been caught before. But I was noticed at the harbor a few days ago, and I barely got away. Linny was the one who caught me in the act.
Hey, no wonder you look familiar. So you were the thief. Liddy even mentioned that you were pretty skilled.
Well, and I thought that would have been the end of it, but then the number selector chose me. He even mentioned the Fortress of Meripede. That's a prison, isn't it? So you can imagine how shocked I was. I thought he was on to me for sure. So I played along with the show while looking for an opening to flee, but then I got water poured on me for no reason, and then someone jumped into the tunnel to nab me. I wasn't going to take that lying down, so I knocked him out and stuffed him into the box. There was nowhere to run from there, though, so I had to change my clothes and hide in a box containing performance costumes. I slipped out after the first guard arrived at the scene and continued hiding inside the opera house.
Can a person even hide in there?
But I swear, I didn't know that the water tank would fall down. Really, I swear it. Had I known that, I wouldn't have put him in the magic box. I may be a thief, but I'm no killer.
Well, that makes everything pretty clear now, doesn't it?
This time, we need to tell the entire story from Lily-Ann's perspective. The strange sound. The flower vase was not broken to. Lily-Ann was a.
And it's Ace Detective time unexpected out of the blue, Lillian panicked. Her panic only intensified after she entered the tunnel and had water poured on her head. So she kicked the door open, producing the thud we all heard. Hearing the commotion, Cowl leapt into the tunnel, only to discover that Lillian had not dissolved. He did not know that Lillian was not from Fontaine, but was a thief who made her way in by stealing a ticket. Mistakenly believing that the water from the primordial sea needed time to take effect, he tried to force Lillian back into the box. The two broke the flower vase during the struggle, but Lillian came out on top, knocking Cowl out and putting him in the box. With no way of escaping, she changed her clothes and hid in the costume trunk until the performance ended. She knew that she would have to go through guard inspection if she tried to leave afterward. So, she has been trapped in the Opera House these last 2 days.
She had already become desperately hungry by the time we were chatting over macarons. So, she swiped 2 of them right under our noses. Talk about a sneaky thief.
At this point, all the events that happened in the tunnel have now come to light.
Ah, so that's the whole story.
Bravo! Bravo!
Now then, Lady Farina, do you wish to speak against the defense's statements? Please answer the question, Lady Farina. Also, if I may add, the trial has not yet ended. As such, I request that the prosecution not leave the room before the proceedings have concluded.
What? Are you reading my mind now? No, I have no further arguments. I admit defeat. But really, could you at least have left me with some dignity?
Wow, look at that! She's like a deflated balloon now.
If there are no objections, then as the Chief Justice of Fontaine, I shall once again repeat the full sequence of events. The actual perpetrator of the serial disappearances, Cowl, selected his next victim from the audience reservation list. With some modifications to the selector, he could ensure that the pre-selected young woman would be chosen. To cover up any evidence while committing the deed, Cowl thought of allowing the water tank to fall, which would conceal the water left behind after the young woman was dissolved. He also tampered with the rope suspending the water tank, using the fireworks at the end of the performance to cause the tank to drop and hide the watermarks. He poured the water from the primordial sea into a balloon during the preparation of the magic box and stuck it to the box's lid. Finally, he passed the prepared hook on a rope through the gap in the magic box's door when bringing the young woman to said box. When the magic trick officially began, the box containing the woman was lowered into the tunnel, tightening the hook rope and bursting the balloon containing the water. If all had gone to plan, the young woman would be dissolved at this time. However, Lillian was not from Fontaine, and thus fled the box with a loud noise. Realizing that there was trouble, Cowell entered the tunnel and met Liliane. Thinking that the waters had not yet taken effect, he decided to proceed. However, his opponent was more capable than he thought, and he was overcome, knocked unconscious, and placed into the magic box, and thus became his own final victim. Liliane, according to her own statements, then changed clothes and hid until the performance ended, before hiding in other parts of the opera house. As for Linny, he was in the underground structures within the opera house, and was thus ignorant of these happenings. From this reconstruction of events, we can conclude that Linny, the accused, is in fact innocent. While there is much in Linny and Liliane's conduct that should still be investigated separately, this case, at least, can be handed over to the Oratrice to make the final decision. As such, Linny and Lynette are officially declared not guilty.
Great work, partners.
Thank you all. Thank you so much.
Next, I think we deserve an explanation, Guard Vaughn. How did you find the water from the primordial sea in Linny's baggage?
Right! Your discovery caused me to make a serious mistake, you know. Or was that not a discovery, but false evidence that you dared to bring before this court?
I suspect that the accomplice mentioned in Cowell's notes was not Linny, but you, yes? I'm sure you know what you must do to lessen your sentence.
Speak quickly! Unless you want to earn yourself a one-way ticket to Coupon Town.
I was just following orders. We were supposed to place blame for the serial disappearances onto Linny, and thus cause suspicion to fall on the Fatui. The higher-ups said this was the best opportunity to do so.
And now that your plan has fallen through, and the secrets of the water have been revealed, you have become a liability to said higher-ups, yes? Therefore, you would be wise to tell everything you know, and seek the protection of the guards.
Yes, I'll tell you everything I know. Our boss discovered that the water can cause people to dissolve. It can also be made into a potion, which when extremely diluted, can cause people to experience unforgettable exhilaration. We've been in this business for a while now, and have made decent more off it. The disappearances were also the boss's idea.
And now he can no longer talk.
Such ruthlessness. I shouldn't have expected any less of them.
An outrageous act. All present, please submit to inspection immediately.
So, we're just going back now? That's true, but...
Traveler, Paimon! Please wait. I know you may not want to speak to me right now. Maybe you don't even want to look at me. But still, let me thank you again for defending me to the end, even after you learned that I'm a member of the Fatui. I guess. But regardless, I'd like the opportunity to set things straight. I didn't approach you with any ulterior motives or ill intent. I've spoken to you as myself, just plain Linny this entire time. As for why I'm a Fatus, it's because the goals of the House of the Hearth align with those of an orphan like me. That's all. That was how Father, who you might know as the Knave, approached recruiting us back then too.
The Knave? The one who controls the House of the Hearth? She's your father?
That's right. And since we're here, I was wondering, would you mind hearing a story? It's about my past.
Hello, hello.
Back when our parents
Hey.
first died, Lynette and I
Norian
were left wandering
too.
the streets.
How you been? Yeah,
To
I'm doing
survive,
fine. How are you?
I took to
I'm just doing the
observing an
quest
older
for
street
now, so I
performer
can.
who did
Yeah,
magic.
basically, it's just a quest
It
for
took me
this
several
account.
days to. I took my sister through several streets until we found a crowded
I've
corner.
been backlogged for a
where we
long
began to
time,
perform
so
magic
yeah.
tricks there.
I hope you're
To
doing
my
well.
surprise, we proved to be pretty popular, and we could at least stop worrying about where our next meal would come from for a time. But I didn't want my sister to remain a street rat together with me forever. Before long, an aristocrat came to me and claimed that he wished to take us in after watching my performances.
So you went from orphans to nobility just like that?
That was how we felt at first too. As if fate was on our side and we could say goodbye to those painful days. But I gradually discovered that while we
Okay,
were
no
called
problem.
foster children,
Wait, one question though.
it was
Based on your
really
name,
after my
Norian,
talent
right?
for magic tricks. He would
Is it like
constantly take me to
based
all
on
sorts
there's
of
a show
banquets to
called
garner
Ladybug,
attention,
I think,
which
or
he would then
Miraculous
use
Ladybug?
to
I don't
expand
remember.
his social circles.
Yeah, it was like a guy named
Seem too bad
Hero called
either.
Catnor. Was it based on
Better
that,
than
or is it
roaming
like a
the
different thing?
streets at
How
any
long you
rate.
been streaming? About
It took a
2
while for
months
me to
now.
realize just how dark his heart really was.
I
After one
wait, give me a
particular
sec.
performance
Yeah,
at a
55
banquet,
days basically.
I discovered that Lynette was
I've been
not on the same return
streaming
vehicle
for
as
55
me.
days now.
I waited a long time after we returned home.
Or it's
but she did not
been
come
1
back.
hour 9 minutes if you're asking the
I
time
went
that
to
is.
that
So
noble's bedroom and asked
yeah.
him about her. The answer he gave me was,
I
she
am.
caught the eye of the most eminent person at the banquet, so I sent her over as a gift.
Oh, okay,
I
Ryan.
mean, you'll be able to perform your magic regardless of who your assistant is, yes?
Oh no. So he was gonna... But wouldn't Fontaine's laws deal with such
Oh, it's
people?
no I.
As far as
Oh, yeah.
outsiders are concerned, this is a relationship akin to adoption or foster care, and they have their ways of escaping the eye of the law. I managed to ferret out the location of the mansion of that so-called
Ryan, okay.
eminent person and hurried through the night. But by the time
It's
I
not
leaped
in
over
good.
the walls, avoided the guards, and made my way in, all I saw was the moonlit ground covered in blood.
Okay.
And the knave standing there in the darkness.
So, she'd already taken care of that guy.
That's right. She had rescued my sister before she could come to any harm, and had even discovered several girls hidden in a basement, all of them orphans. Father, I mean, the knave, might have seen something in me, and so she made me an offer.
By the way, I hope you don't mind the fact that
I'm
I'm having some issues with the stream right now, so the follow button or anything else doesn't work for some reason.
Betrayal
So,
shall never be permitted here. I was
yeah,
hesitant to trust her.
I think it should work,
I had just been
like the follow
betrayed
button
by
thing, but yeah, I'm still having some issues with the stream. I don't know, maybe OBS issues. So,
taken us in at first,
yeah, just like small
giving us
issues.
back
I
our
hope you don't
freedom.
mind those.
Oh, so that's how the two
Ryan.
of you joined the House of the Hearth.
She has her own plans. She has gained permission from the
Yes, I play Overwatch.
power once she obtains it. She plans to use it to find a way to break the prophecy and save Fontaine.
Yes, I play Overwatch, but I don't think today I will be playing Overwatch because I have some stuff to do for like 2 accounts for Genshin right now. So yeah.
So, she believes in that prophecy too?
Again, I am way too bad in Overwatch. To be honest, it's been like a long time since I
That's
played
right.
that. So,
The whole
yeah,
House of the Hearth is currently working to combat that crisis.
basically. So yeah.
Today's case has also proven that people from Fontaine can indeed dissolve into some sort of water, thus further supporting the prophecy. Everyone at Hotel Bouffe d'été, including the knave, has their roots in
Thank you.
Fontaine. And
Thank
we
you.
will
Thank you.
always defend our homeland.
Yep. Thank you. Yeah, it's basically to the original model. Thank you though. Yes, I made it myself, but like I used internet app, so the creator had like presets in, and yeah, I used one of those presets of the creator to use them. You can see, like, look at above my head, like the creator's name is like XOXO4D basically. So they it was mentioned in one of their things that they didn't want me to
To
erase
us
it if you
orphans,
make a
the
stream
only
or something,
connection we
so I
have
just
left
left
to
it on.
this world, apart from our family, is our homeland.
Basically, that's what's happening.
So, from small deeds like distributing magic pockets to huge schemes like stealing a Gnosis, everything is aimed at dealing with that prophecy.
It's all right. I understand. The only thing I can do is relate all this to you. I just hope you can understand that even as a member of the House, I have never stopped making my own decisions, and that I believe what I'm doing is right. If you should need anything at all in the future, feel free to find me. I will do my best to help you, as plain Linny.
Bye, Linny!
Hey there. What was with the disappearing act you pulled right as the trial ended?
So about that, I am still working on it, so yeah. I have to make custom everything. I'm still having issues with the stream, so when I get that fixed, the panels will be on the list second, because I recently started getting interested in, like, fully into streaming, because I didn't have time at the beginning. I just used to turn it on and just like, meh. But now, since I have time, I'm starting on the whole thing. I'm trying to keep a theme for that, but I can't remember which one though, so yeah.
Were you looking for us, Navia?
Well, this whole thing isn't exactly over, is it? I do feel that we're getting closer to solving the serial disappearances case, though. Don't you think so, too? Huh? What's wrong, my dear partner?
Oh, you can help with that? Like, okay.
Besides, are you sure we're the ones who can crack a case that's been cold for decades now?
Ah, yes, it's the same name as my Twitch name, so it's just basically Darkus.
And given that there's new evidence from the trial, there should be a trail of breadcrumbs for the Hydro Archon's people to follow now, right?
Ah. I see. Well, I won't lie. I'm a little shocked to hear that from you. But I suppose you are just travelers who have only arrived in Fontaine after all. Sorry. I might have been too presumptuous.
Don't say that.
Aw, and we were having so much fun investigating with you, too. It was like having new waters flowing into a stagnant mire, causing new hope to spring forth, and the reflection in the murk to become clearer. Sorry about that. I'm a bit prone to nostalgia. Don't mind me. Wait, shall we have a farewell meal? You know, to commemorate our time as partners?
Huh? Do we really need to get that formal? Well, guess you really did treat us as partners, huh?
Well, I'd just like to have a proper ending to every important memory. That way there are no regrets later. Anyway, it would just be a meal, so it shouldn't take up too much of your time.
You don't have to twist Paimon's arm. If Boss Navi is treating, count Paimon in!
Oh, wonderful. In that case, why don't we return to the Court of Fontaine and head to the Hotel de Boer? I believe we'll make it just in time for dinner.
All right then, let's have our farewell meal!
Okay, so we're finally done with that. Okay, I'm gonna do the Hotel de Bar scene afterwards, I guess. So, not for now. I'll do the hotel scene maybe tomorrow, so yeah. I have like 2 accounts to maintain basically, so yeah.
Add Astra.
Talk to Catherine.
Thank you for
Yeah, you're welcome.
Add Astra.
Yes, that as well. I'll take that. Thank you. Dispel again. There you go. Now, what else? Right, 2 more. Okay, resonance band. I got this thing ready. What else was there? I guess that's it. Leveling, chamber guide. Alright, I can get this done for now. So. Alright, now let me change if you don't mind. I'm just gonna change accounts if you don't mind. Let's go. Got. Now what else? Right, let's go for the Brin's account. Right, I was supposed to kill something. One sec. Fire zones is actually essential material, so yeah. Sumerian Desert, I guess.
Osmanthus wine tastes the same as I remember. But where are those who share the memory?
Gather! Stand with me! Let me weave you a verse. Know my sword! Rain outlines your fate.
Flicker. Diffract.
Body and nine. Dissipate. Rain cutter. What a wild and desolate sight. Allow me to grant you the blessing of water. Tea parties are a must for the well-mannered. If you'd like to learn the proper etiquette, I'd be happy to teach you.
Okay, now where are we missing anything? Where are we missing anything? Let's see. Right. Right, so...
Solidify! Our bond is strong.
Let me read you a verse. Know my sword! Get with me! I'll settle this!
Order guide you. Gather!
Rain outlines your fate. Huh? Up! Rain cutter!
Flicker. Scatter.
Witness the power of Gugwa! Boring! Isn't there anything else more interesting to do?
Solidify!
Dissipate! Body, let me weave you a verse. Rain outlines your fate. Huh? Our bond is strong. Witness the power of Gugwa.
Stabilize!
Lightning purify! Dissipate! Know my sword! Let me weave you a verse.
That's close enough.
Rain outlines your fate. Rain cutter.
Solidify!
Okay, that was fast. I guess I'm done for today because I'm really sleepy as hell, so. I have zero idea why I'm so sleepy today. But okay.
Add Astro. Thank you for Add Astra.
Let's see, resin is spent, everything is done, so there's nothing much to do, so yeah.
Wait.
Literally there's nothing to do, so. Okay, I think, yeah, so bye guys, yeah, thanks for being there. I don't know one's there, but still nice to say thanks for joining me. I hope to see you all next time.